because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is COLM McGuigan for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by Ben Whittaker. Ben, we're in the car yesterday, me, Parsons, Eddie, the Matchroom ones. We see Ben Whittaker, we're like, is that Ben Whittaker? What has you in New York?
He's a surprise signing, I heard. You know what I mean? I'm here with Adam, Sugar Hill and whatnot. That's our little team. We've been in a New York training camp, so I fly home Saturday, so I miss his fight sadly, but I'm fighting next week. But yeah, we're here for him right now, and it's been good. It's been good.
Here for Adam Konacki, who's kind of at the point of his career where he knows that he needs to win on Saturday night. You've been sparring with him, you've been training with him. How good does he look?
He looks really good, to be fair. Like I said, he's at that point in his career, three back-to-back losses. He knows this is make or break now, and I can see it in his eyes. He's got to that point where it's fight week now. He's kind of locking in and whatnot, but with Sugar, it's just neatened him up a little bit, and hopefully he can show that Saturday.
What's this camp been like for you? We've seen you in a tremendous win against Jordan Grant there, third round TKO victory. You're going into another big fight next week against Vladimir Belujsky. How's this camp been for you, first of all?
It's been great. I got the best of both worlds, if I'm honest. So I do a good portion and block of my training camp in the UK. So I've got like the UK sparring partners, my coach Joe Clayton at home, and my brother Jamie Whittaker, my strength and conditioning. And I'll come out to America with Sugar Hill and his team. So for me, I'm getting the best of both worlds. So early on in my career, I'm going to learn, so it's great.
What's it like being around someone like Sugar Hill? What do you learn off him every day? Is there a different experience every day in the gym?
Yeah, he's a character, 100%. But he has his little laugh and whatnot outside the gym. But when we're in there, he's a perfectionist. Sometimes he stops the spars and you get annoyed, but he stops it to make sure you're working on that point. If you miss a shot, why did you miss it? And it's quite good. It's like going back to school. You're always learning. And this point in my career, you need to keep learning. You can easily walk through guys, but if you're not learning, you'll get found out.
You're an elegant fighter. You get maybe a little bit of abuse for being too flashy at times, but at the same time, if a fighter's too boring, they get abuse, right? Do you listen to any of that outside noise, or is that all just focused on the end goal of becoming a world champion?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I know I can't please anybody. When I've got an annoying face like this as well, it's not going to help, but at the end of the day, for me, it's keep winning these fights, getting myself into position to get a world title, and then the rest is history. That's all it all is for me.
What did you learn in that win against Jordan Grant? What did you take away from that victory?
Honestly, not much, because I know the level I'm at is a lot above a Jordan Grant. No harm to him or disrespect, but what I learned was just the occasion. So, like, of course, I've gone from these amateur fights where it's just you and the referee sometimes, you know what I mean, you and the opponent, where having a lot of backing from the Birmingham crowd, my home crowd, finally fighting at home. So it's something to take on board, but for me from the fight, not much. But luckily enough, I'm learning in sparring.
Next up, Vladimir Belujsky. What does he bring to the table, and what do you need to do to put him out of there next Saturday night?
Yeah, he's game. Sometimes he comes to survive, tight guard and whatnot. But for me, I've been sparring the right people, got the right game plan, and I'll break him down slowly but surely.
Was it disappointing for you when the Eubank fight falls through and you think, I'm still on this card? Is that disappointing?
Yeah, you can never overlook an opponent. You've got to stay locked in and make sure you do what's right. But I can't lie, as soon as I heard that fight was announced, I thought, forget Jordan right now, I want to get on that card. So as soon as I come out the ring, I said, get me on that card. Got on there, it got announced. Next thing you know, he's injured. I said, oh, typical, do you know what I mean? So I could have had the option to pull out, but at this part of my career, activity is key. So I stayed on there, made sure I stayed in shape, and luckily enough, the fight's gone through.
How fast can we see Ben Whittaker move in the next 12 months?
For me, the more activity, I'm doing the 8-rounder next, get through that and we'll see what's next. But for me, I'm ready when I'm ready. I'm ready, to be fair, I'm ready now. Sugar's seen it, I'm sparring top level kids and I'm doing the job on them, but sparring, under those lights it's different, so the time will come.
Final one from me. You teased that little Eddie Hearn signing at the start of this interview. Is that ever a possibility for you? Are you happy how your career's been managed so far by Boxer and Benchaloom?
Yeah, of course I'm happy. The position I'm in right now, I'm moving great. My profile's building and whatnot, but I'll put nothing against Eddie, and he's a great promoter. I think he does really well, and the shows he does out here are great, so, you know.
Well, Ben, it's an absolute pleasure, mate. Really appreciate it. Good luck next week, and hopefully speak to you then.
Thank you very much.
because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their girlfriends. Right, the bouncer's girlfriend.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,